This is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project with the Off-Grid Baby Cat. Baby Cat, oh, she managed to wire herself up on. I was going to show you how awesome it is that I got her a new leash. It's not a chain and it is a tangle-free leash, but she managed to tangle it up on the only thing possible. Anyway, round and round and round and round. It's funny, I was just going to show you how great this is that she doesn't get tangled up anymore. How you doing, huh? You like the new chain? Oh, you're gonna turn your back on me? Well, she has the full run of the garden now. Complete full run of the garden now. And again, people ask me, why do I have my cat chained up? Well, it's for her safety, because there are hawks that would come down and grab her in a second. So today's project, this is Friday, today's project is to finish getting my birds freed up. My goal is to finish their free-range chicken coop. Look at them, they want to come out. They're waiting. I think they understand in a way. But anyway, my goal today is to get their range here finished and secured, and I'll let them out, hopefully today. I've got the electric fence turned off because I'm going to be working very close to it today. So I've got this turned off so I can run back and forth through here. Again, the electric fence is protection from coyotes and deer and raccoons and other critters that are going to try to eat my chickens and my garden. So I will be working along this road today to finish this last row, and then I'm going to make a gate up front, hopefully today. I don't want to rig something up and just strap up the deer netting, so hopefully I'll get that done. The birds know something's up. They're making funny noises and watching me the whole day. I haven't recorded much, which is dumb of me. I've been working like mad trying to get this done. It's supposed to rain again. I got from here, this corner was where I'd ended last time. Now I've run all along this wall. See, now I have this tunnel here for them to run through. It gives them even more free-range grass and bugs to poke at. I still have to put chicken wire down underneath here along the bottom edge. And I come around the corner. Now notice the electric fence ends here. I'm going to extend it later along this way. Now here's the end of the garden. And you'll notice I'm closed in. I think you can see that. I can barely see it on screen. Now I've got a small doorway. It's a very small doorway. And what I have to extend this up a little higher and put one in the middle. What I've done is I've driven two posts in. One is a solid thicker one, and I have a camper door from an old truck camper I gutted a couple years ago. It's going to be, the ground isn't flat, so I'm going to have to do some work there, but it's going to be hung on here with baling wire, thick baling wire, so I'm going to drill holes through that frame and hang it on, and the door will rotate open and closed. So that's the plan there. It's going to require some drilling and some adjusting because, as I said, the bottom isn't flat. So I'll probably put some chicken wire across the bottom or a board or something there to help protect that area. But it's coming along. So the garden is completely fenced in except for the front. I still have to do the front part. Now I've got some posts that I went and cut and prepared. I used my Sawzall to make quick work out of it, so I have pointed stakes. Very quick work of that. So I actually just go in and I zip off the top above my head height, and then I zip off the bottom, as you see here, at an angle. And I have really quick stakes, posts for the garden and the chicken run. Now, what I got over here. Oh, and I watered the plants today. I have to do that every day. It takes a good... Now, with the sun, well, there is no sun, but with it getting warmer, it's taken a good gallon and a half a day to keep them watered. It's a lot of water if you're off the grid and don't have a steady water supply. Now, what I've got... This was done already. You saw that the other day where the snakes went through. Now I've got this roll that I cut in half. It was a long task. I have it laid out here. I cut it in half because it's cheaper that way, and all I'm doing is running wire along the bottom. I don't know if you can see that on camera. I'm running metal chicken wire on the bottom of the deer netting, and then this is going to be a long task, but at least it's cheaper, and I'm wrapping it around inside the deer netting, piece by piece by piece. Every loose wire gets wrapped around inside to secure it to the deer netting, and then I'm going to stake it down to the ground all the way across, of course. Now this is not going to stop predators. This is not designed to stop predators. This wire is too thin and too cheap. I got the cheapest chicken wire you can get, which is really thin, and a raccoon would rip that to shreds in no time. This is not stopping predators. This is only going to work, this combination, the deer netting and chicken wire, is only going to keep my birds in, which is all it's intended to do. But what's going to keep predators out is the 2 rows of electric fence that will be running outside here. So in combination of everything, anything tries to reach over to rip at the netting and the fence, they're going to get zapped. And that's the idea here. So if anybody wants to copy this idea, this will not work on its own. You will lose your birds. It has to be done together with the electric fence. So this was a 50-foot piece that I've come around. No, 75? I don't know. Anyway, it comes out to here. I'm going to continue on until it rains. Now, because I'm working with poking wire and I've already put a couple new holes in myself, I will not put rain gear on today. If it rains, I'm done today with this project, because I will not be poking holes in my good new rain gear. So I'm just hoping to finish this up before it rains. It's a lot of work though, cutting the wire bit by bit by bit. Every single strand has to be cut to divide that up so I can make 2 strands like I did here. It is a lot of work, but it is cheaper this way. Way cheaper. I would never have this if I wasn't doing it the budget way. There's no way I'd have all this year. No way at all. I'd be stuck with that tiny little garden I had last year. And no chicken run. So, if you remember last year, the poor birds, they were little, but that's all they had. And they were babies, but that's all they had. So, I'm hopefully going to give them a much, much better life this year now that they're adults. So I roll this chicken wire out, held it down with a board, I string it out across the whole length, and then at the other end I've got it held down with a board. Now I'm going through tediously cutting every single wire. It's backbreaking, monotonous work, but it's the cheapest way to do this. Otherwise, it would be looking like it did last year, and that wasn't very nice. So, this is how it's going to be. Just cutting every little piece of wire, one at a time. And that doubles my length of chicken wire. It gives me the ability to do this. Run it along the whole length of the garden and the whole length of the chicken run. Now this is the last piece I've got. This length here, that's going to take 1.5. I ended up right there. The last piece ended. So I got to start there and work down and then take the next piece and go across the door. But it's starting to rain pretty good right now. It's a bummer. I hope it stops soon, because as I said, I've got some new holes and leaks in myself and some scratches and cuts. I don't know, go about 10 or 12 different cuts, but it doesn't matter. Point is, I can't wear rain gear while I'm doing this, because there's everywhere I cut on the wire is a potential thing that will cut my rain gear. So it's starting to rain really hard. That's it for the day. For now. Guess I go have a coffee break. Taking my tools. Oh, look. Oh, these evil ticks. See that? I just set that thing down and there's a tick on it already. I just can't believe how fast they get to you. They walk on the things you were touching. It's just so disgusting. They're so evil. That's why the chickens are going to care for that for me. They're going to help me a lot. Now I got to check myself for ticks before I go in. Well, poor birds. The weather's making me a liar. I told them they'd be free again today. Well, the day isn't over. Maybe they will. But it's raining pretty good right now. So they're going to have a really nice place when this is done. They're going to be really happy. But just got a little bit more to do. If it stops raining again, I'll get it done. I'll have it done. And I'll have a door. I'll have a hanging door on there for me to go through. And it'll be completely finished today, if it stops raining. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to go in and do some computer work and answer some comments. I'm about 2,000–3,000 comments behind right now. This is the LED desk lamp I got in the mail from Ireland, I think it was. And you'll be happy to see I use it right here on my desk when I'm working. I just firing up my computer. It's raining heavily, and so I came inside to do some work in here, and I'm a little bit behind on video uploads, so I got to do some of that. And this is the only light I need right here, so it's nice. Figured you'd be happy to see that in use. Well, it is only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I am enjoying a coffee here, sitting with my computer, answering comments. I hope you can hear the rain. It's raining really hard. I am actually hoping it stops raining because I want to go finish my chicken wiring. I'm actually thinking about dressing up in my rain gear and just going out and trying my hardest to work carefully so as not to poke holes in my brand new rain gear. At least I can then try to get some stuff done. But that chicken wire is brutal. I just don't want to rip up my brand new rain pants and rain jacket. So I'm torn between going out or staying here and working on the computer. But it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't want to be stuck inside all day. And that chicken run is my main priority right now, because there was a tick on me again today. So gotta get those chickens free, and they will eat the ticks, and then I'll be able to work out here safer and better. But I hope you can hear that. It's really coming down. It's really raining, and it's black in here. It's pitch black in here. Well, I got my desk light on, but that's it. I'm just sitting here answering comments and trying to catch up now, and hope it stops raining so I can go back out. It's been raining the whole time, so I haven't had my camera out, but got some happy sounding chickens. Now I finished all the wiring in the rain. I decided to do it anyway and just get wet. All the wiring is done. I'm still going to stake out the bottoms better all the way along. I'm going to stake it down to the ground better, and every piece of cut wire is going to be wrapped around for extra security. More to keep the birds in than anything else. But that's some happy bird sounds. Actually, they're stalking the hen. Come on, birds. Free food. They're happy. They were waiting. I think they understood what was going on, because they were waiting at the gate the whole time. They were clucking anxiously the whole time. I wonder if they knew it. I wonder if chickens are smarter than we think. Because they did not hesitate. It's not for a second. Listen to that. That's happy chicken sounds. Yeah, they're happy. Well, the day has come. See, I've got the chicken wire all the way around the bottom, and all the way around the whole perimeter here. Now, today that's late, but I want to extend these posts. I might still do that, but I mean, it's late in the day, so the chickens probably won't try to fly out today, but I'm going to extend these posts up higher. And then the next thing, probably tomorrow, is to run string across from the highest posts over, back and forth through the chicken run to keep hawks from attacking. A hawk will not fly into a place that he thinks he cannot get out of quickly and easily. So that'll be safe for them. And then I got to get out this tower, dilapidated tower. There's the string I'm going to use to string up to scare the hawks. Now I've heard fish line is sufficient, but I'm going to use this string as I had it from gardening previously. It's left over. And I'll extend some of the higher posts up a little bit more so I can walk freely in here without banging my head on stuff. Especially these short posts. I'll extend them with the cut top parts of the saplings that I use for the main primary fence posts. I'll extend every single one of these higher. And all the way across, they'll all be higher. And then those will hold my string to keep the hawks out. So anyway, I finally did it. I still got a lot to do though, like I said, because chicken wire is thin and cheap and it sags. Here it's hanging and sagging. This stuff is annoying beyond belief. If you don't secure it, it folds up on itself like this. That's cheap junk. So again, that is not keeping predators out, that's keeping chickens in. That's all that's for. And here it's sagging really badly. It can't even hold its own self up. So I'll be securing that with line here. You can see what I did is I sort of twined it in with some thin band that I had. And I'll just keep doing that all the way around so that'll stay up. See, it can't even hold its own weight. It's cheap. Really thin, cheap stuff. But I'll get it. I just keep plugging away. I wanted to show you that I got the birds out and that they're really happy. But I don't think they're going to try to get out because they got free range for now and pure happiness, at least for today. They get enough to keep them satisfied for one day. So now, for their own safety after dark, when they go inside, they will go in on their own tonight after dark, and they will go up into their chicken coop up in the top here, and then I'm just simply going to close up the door and secure it firmly with a bunch of boards so the raccoons can't hurt my chickens, because I still have to put up the electric wire all the way around the whole outside edge, and I'm still thinking about exactly how I'm going to do that, because I want to, without spending money, I need to come up with something to use as insulators on wooden pegs that I'm going to drive into the ground. So I'm still thinking about that one, but I'll get it. Until then, the chickens will be locked up at night and let loose during the day, as long as I'm going to be home before dark each night, and they'll be fine that way. So, great step forward today. Got the chicken run, got the deer fence up. Of course, with this I don't have to worry about the deer fence here, but it's there just to continue, so it goes around the whole perimeter. It's got to conduct all the way anyway, so it's there, and that'll help me. Then I have supports for the raccoon run, the raccoon hot wires down here, so that's perfect. This whole area here, actually I'm going to extend from this post out to the end and over to the door to stop the raccoons. I still have to wire up the door, but that's a minor little thing. I'll do that now. I just wanted to show you what's going on. It had stopped raining a little bit, or slowed down a bit, and I wanted to show you the chickens are out and happy before I continue on and put the camera back inside because it's raining. Looking good. Looking really good. I gotta clean up this yard. Construction zone. Now the next thing, after the garden is tilled, the next thing will be the garden. I have to get that water tank out. I have to close up the netting on the front of the garden. I might still work on that yet this evening. But I'm going to close up the front of the garden all the way across. And then I'm going to have a living hedge up here, which takes time. The hedge, I know, is not going to grow overnight. And I will use the rest of my deer netting. I've got a little bit left here, a couple scraps here and there. Hopefully I have enough to come across. I've got some more posts that I'm going to pound in, and I hope to come all the way across the whole front of the garden and put a gate in somewhere big enough to get a tiller in and get wheelbarrow and tools in through here. So that's the next step, closing this in. Then I till the garden, and then the solar panels get mounted after that. Now a lot of people are asking and wondering what I do with my time. Well, it's hard to show everything on camera in a 20 or 30, 40 minute video. It's hard to show a 10-hour workday, 12, 16-hour workday in a short video. So my daily routine actually starts with praying and reading my Bible while I drink my coffee, and then I take care of the animals. Actually, I take care of the animals first, correction. I take care of the birds first. And then I go in, have my coffee, and then I answer comments for a while. Usually it's still cold out by that time. Then I work all day long outdoors until after sundown, and then I go in and work a little bit on editing the video from the day, and answer comments some more until I go to bed. So there's a lot going on. Now in the meantime, I'm picking away at that camper. I have to empty that camper, so I'm packing stuff up inside there. I'm still cutting wood. Actually I've got a ton of wood down. It all blends in right now. I was looking at dead standing trees. I don't know, you probably won't see it, but there's a dead tree over there. There's one across over there. There's one down over here. There's one down over here. There's one down right here. There's a couple that I added here. I'm chopping down dead standing wood as I work. There's another one down right here. And clearing a path here, because my tent and all that junk is going to go out here in this clearing. There's a perfect clearing right here where my tent is going to be. So I'm clearing all the dead standing wood so that nothing will fall on my tent and destroy it. And that's another thing I do that you don't see me doing during the daytime. So cleaning out the camper, taking care of animals, chopping wood, cutting scruffy stuff, chopping fence posts, making stuff that I need. It's a lot, all day, every day. So, helping the landlady. I'm always up at the house multiple times a day, looking on Craigslist, picking up stuff off Craigslist. So I'm busy. Well, back to work on this fence. I gotta hang this door before my birds get out. Well, it stopped raining again a little bit. I was able to hang my door. It's very simple. I just drilled holes through where the original hinges were screwed on and twisted wire around the post here. Since this is a really light aluminum door, it's very light, and I've got 6 pieces of wire wrapped around the post loosely. They're not tight, and at each hinge screw point, and then I just simply have a door. And that's it. It's very simple. It works, and it stays put wherever I put it. Now I have to work on the gap. There's a gap. So, and I have to work on a latch. It's very hard to pound in pieces of tree in a neat and orderly and perfectly straight fashion. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got a little bit of wire left right there, and I think what I'm going to do is just bush it up in that gap for now, and that'll act as a cushion when I shut the door. And I'm probably just going to use a simple wire hook here for now. Piece of wire around this branch and hooked over this, a piece of stiff heavy wire, and that'll keep that closed for now. And I got to run a piece of electric wire all the way around and figure a way to cut that off so I can open the door as needed. Or I just put insulating posts on the door itself, sticking out, one just about where the top edge of that kickboard is, and one halfway across, and then I just don't touch it. I just have it connected from here, this is the end, and going across, because the wire, although I'm not going to electrify the garden, I'm going to electrify along this edge all the way across inside the garden to protect the chickens. So if raccoons get into the garden, they can't get to the birds, and that way the chickens won't get hung up in the electric wire itself. So it's looking good. Chickens are free ranging. They're happy. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Somebody in the comments said, yeah, I understand what you're going through. I've put in fence posts like this and put up fences. That's a lot of work, especially if you're cutting the trees down yourself and pounding them in yourself. But it is very satisfying to see it done. Very good. So I'm going to secure this door, and that'll pretty much be it for the night, I think, unless I jump on some other idea. Actually, I'm going to start twisting these pieces of wire around the netting to secure it where each cut piece is, and that'll secure that better. And I got to give it some thought about the stakes along the bottom. I don't want this to be loose and floppy, see? I'm going to stake that down at about 3 points in between each major post. Whether I just drive in pieces of sapling, it might be the easiest to just pound in with a hammer pieces of sapling and then use baling wire to attach the fence to it. That might be the best and easiest way to go, now that I think of it. Got plenty of scrap pieces left over from my work out there earlier. That's what I'm going to do. Well, this truly is the last thing for the day. I've got the door prop shut, sealed off, and it works well, actually. It works very well. So surprised. Just some baling wire drilled through the frame, and I've got myself a door. Now, I did go ahead and pound in some stakes. Just leftover pieces of saplings that I had trimmed off. I'm using the branches now. Pounded them in. They're a good 10 inches into the dirt, each of these stakes. And then I've used baling wire to tie the chicken wire to the stakes, and that's just to keep the birds from coming out underneath. Somebody suggested putting rocks along here, and yes, that's a very good idea. I have enough rocks. I'm just going to put them all along the border, all the way around with time, but all the way around the bottom of the chicken wire, around the whole fence. But that'll take time. And the garden will be easier as I go, because of course I'm going to be tilling up this ground this year, and I'll have a ton of rocks to throw down here. So I'll have a really nice rock border along there. But it's good. The chickens are going to do their job and I know they're going to keep the weeds down from these edges here, because they're going to just be scratching them, picking and eating, and they'll reach their necks through and eat the weeds that are on this side. So they'll really help along the fence line, and that was the idea. And of course they're going to eat ticks. I know, because last year I had no ticks, just having the chickens out here in the middle of the meadow. So chickens are my friends. They're having a good time. Now I'm gonna slowly, as the grasses grow up, and once I start getting more garden clippings, when my garden starts growing, I'm gonna slowly wean them off the food that I've been buying them, and start getting them to to be completely free range then. And they'll be eating table scraps, garden scraps, and whatever they can find outside. So I think they're going to have a good year. I think they're going to enjoy it just as much as I am. And they have already found out that they can't go through. One of the chickens tried to fly up and hit the fence and realized that the deer netting, and realized she couldn't go through. So I think that'll serve its purpose too. I think eventually they'll not even, once they realize that netting is there, they don't know how high it goes. Eventually they might just not even try. But if I have to, I'll clip their wings. And we'll see how that goes with time. But it's good. Really good. Got a lot more work to do though to get this done. Just putting stakes, 3 stakes on every single one of these, in between every pole, 3 stakes along. Right there's where I stopped. And I've twisted the wire along inside the deer netting as well. I still got a lot to do, but I'll get it. Well, there's my budget chicken coop and free range farm. Well, I was just told the health inspectors are coming out on the 30th, so I'm going to get this out of here. I'm going to take it off into a secret place, because that's my survival camper. I'm going to have it in a hidden place, but where I can access it in emergency. The tent out there is going off into the woods, which I think I said a little bit ago. Monday, I don't know if I said that on the camera or not, but the tent is going back over here. And Monday a guy's going to help me clear some of the old trees so no branches fall on it. And then the only thing that'll be here is this old camper, which I will just proceed to start emptying and build a tiny home, probably right there where it sits. I can always move it around later. And I'm just going to clear out this whole space. The stuff I keep under here to store it out of the rain. It's got to go away. My dead, dilapidated greenhouse got to go away. I think I'll take away this pallet and all the batteries and everything. Just get all that out of here. Wood pile I just condense and straighten out. And that's pretty much it. It's looking good now. Out here looks good. That water tank has to go somewhere. I think for now I can just slide it up behind the RV. It'll be at least out of sight. Until I know what they say, the health department, I don't know what they'll say about my situation, but until then, I don't know where I'm going to put it, and I haven't set up a rainwater collection system yet, because everything's in limbo waiting on them. So at least that gives me time to continue cleaning up. A lot of people wonder why I'm cleaning up, but I'm doing it because I want to make sure it's presentable. So do my best and keep on plugging at it. But the meadow is definitely looking better. Once that tank is gone, it's definitely going to look good here. So I don't think they'll have anything bad to say. As long as I'm renting a room in the house anyway, what can they say? This is just gardening out here.